Have you ever told yourself, today I'm going to study English, or today I'm finally going to finish this deadline? You get everything ready. Laptop open, water on the table, desk cleaned up. In your head, you're thinking, okay, today I'm going to be serious. Then you sit down. But after typing just a few words or reading just one page, something starts to feel uncomfortable. You're not exactly tired. You're not exactly sleepy either. It's more like this restless, annoying feeling inside your body. Almost like your brain is whispering, come on, you can do this later. And then your hand reaches for your phone. At first, you only mean to check it for a second. But that second turns into 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then half an hour. And just like that, the whole work session is gone. Sounds familiar. The problem is not always that you're lazy. A lot of the time, the hardest part is not working for 2 hours. The hardest part is getting through the first few minutes. Think about pushing a car that is standing still. At first, even moving it a little bit feels heavy. You need a lot of force just to get it rolling. But once the car starts moving, everything becomes easier. You only need to keep pushing lightly, and it continues to roll. Studying, working, writing, or doing any task you've been avoiding works the same way. The beginning is always the heaviest part, because in that moment, your brain has to switch from comfort mode to focus mode. From scrolling, watching videos, lying around, to reading, thinking, writing, and solving problems, and your brain does not like that switch. So it pushes back by creating boredom, tiredness, restlessness, and discomfort, not because you truly cannot do the work, but because your brain is trying to pull you back to something easier and more comfortable. And this is the trap. We often think that feeling will last the whole session. We think, if I already feel this bored at the start, there's no way I can do this today. But in reality, that feeling is usually strongest only at the beginning. If you get through that part, your brain starts to adjust. The work becomes much easier to continue. The problem is that many people quit right before the momentum appears. They work for 2 or 3 minutes, feel uncomfortable, pick up their phone, and lose the battle right at the starting line. So how do you get through that beginning? Use a very simple trick. Just do it for 5 minutes. Next time you need to start something you've been avoiding, don't tell yourself, I have to study for 2 hours, or I have to finish this whole project, or I have to complete this entire deadline today. That sounds so heavy that your brain wants to run away before you even begin. Instead, tell yourself, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. If I still hate it after 5 minutes, I can stop. It sounds almost too simple, but that's exactly why it works. 5 minutes does not feel scary. Writing 3 sentences does not feel scary. Opening a file and doing one tiny part does not feel scary. When the pressure goes down, your brain resists less, and starting becomes much easier. The interesting part is that after you actually sit down and work for 5 minutes, many times you won't want to stop anymore. Not because you suddenly became a super disciplined person, but because the hardest part is already behind you. You have momentum. You're in the flow. The restless feeling at the beginning gets weaker, and continuing feels much lighter. But for this trick to work, there are 2 important things. First, during those 5 minutes, do something very small. Don't think, I have to write a 10-page report. That will make you want to quit immediately. Break it down until it feels almost impossible to refuse. For example, I'll only write 3 rough opening sentences, or I'll only read 1 page, or I'll only open the Excel file and fill in a few rows, or I'll only learn 5 new words. The smaller the goal, the less your brain fights back. And once you start, there's a good chance you'll keep going. Second, put your phone away, really away, not face down beside you, not next to your laptop, because in the first few minutes, your brain is looking for any excuse to escape the work. If your phone is right in front of you, your hand will reach for it almost automatically. The best option is to leave it in another room, or put it inside a drawer. Just make sure it is not within reach, because if you pick up your phone even once, you almost immediately lose the rhythm. So, in simple terms, the point is not that you need a huge amount of motivation before you start. Most of the time, you just need to make the beginning small enough, light enough, and low pressure enough that your brain has no good reason to run away. Once you get into motion, the rest is usually easier than you think.